Okay, so we're back at it. This is the inside of the hole on the jet ski. This is what I've done since then. This is the unit I'm using. This is the controller unit. I can pause on that if you need to. Okay, anyways, so this is my battery box. My battery box is waterproof. I keep a battery in there so that way I don't end up damaging the battery if water does get in this hole. Like I said, I'm going to have bilge pumps in there. I'm going to have one in the front, one in the rear. They're both on automatic bilge pumps, so they kick on when the water gets high enough. It'll also kick on when I switch to switch on. But just so you know, everything you see here, this box is on a metal bracket underneath, which raises it up off the bottom of the area about 3 inches. And then we go over here in the back. This is what I've done so far since the last time y'all seen it. So, move that out of the way. So those are the 2 hoses on top, feeds in and out. I still got to do the water lines on it. That's the last thing I have to do right now. But this right here, I did have a drive shaft. Drive shaft I had to eliminate because it was too much wobble. So what I ended up doing, and this is steel, and the reason why I did that is I'll show you here if I can get a good picture of it. So it's chain driven now. It goes down to another sprocket that's down there that's on the drive shaft to go in for the impeller. There's a sprocket on there. Then the sprocket comes up here. 540 chain, big hefty duty chain. But the reason why I've got this here is now you see why I have this. So this big box here that you see, I welded it on. Of course, you know, the welds are not pretty. They're not even painted. Nothing's been done so far. But anyways, this is removable. Along with the battery box, you move the battery box out, then you pull this off, then you can put the chain, mess with the chain. But anyways, the reason why I did it this way is so it goes all the way down to the bottom down there and wraps around, complete circle oval metal box. So if the chain comes off, it doesn't go through the bottom of the seat, or it don't go through my hole, because it's gonna be moving at high speeds. And then on top of it, just for the extra stuff, this little stuff here is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of what is this stuff? Kevlar blanket. So that's 1/8 inch Kevlar blanket. So what's going to happen is if something does fly down, it's going to protect the hull also. Then we come over here. These are all the mounts underneath this right here. In the last video I showed you, underneath each one of these bolts, there's a rubber gap, a 1/2 inch rubber bushing to bushing it from this fiberglass hole that's it's mounted to. That used to be where the ESI or ESC or whatever it is for the motor goes. But yeah, this is what's inside here. It's mounted now to that bracket there, chain driven. This is mounted to the top of the box here. Got all the wiring done. The guys I ordered this from is on eBay. I'll later on post a video after this is done of his sites and his name and all that stuff, because it's a great guy, great people. They do a fantastic job. They're very, if you need any questions whatsoever, they answer your questions. They speak English, they speak other languages too. Also, it comes with a wiring diagram that's very easy to point out. This one's yellow, this one's black on this 3 wire right here. So this is blue and this yellow right here goes to blah blah. So it shows you on the diagram what each thing goes to, so you know what it is. But going forward here, up here I put my reverse here. This is on and off for reverse. My key here. This side here is my quick release. So if I fall off, it shuts it off. What it actually does, it don't shut it off, it puts it in park. So as soon as you pull this off, it immediately goes into park. And what that means is when it's in park, throttle don't work, nothing works. Dashes, everything is on, but nothing works. Going forward here, I installed a USB here for my cell phone. The reason why I did that is because this unit actually has an app that goes with it, and you can hook up an app with this Wi-Fi here. So there's two different things here. There's a Bluetooth here. This Bluetooth will give you the app, so you can hook up your app to it and allow you to be able to adjust all kinds of stuff with the motor. And I'll show you that, try to show you that on a different video. I've got to get another camera to be able to show it to you because it's on this phone that I'm recording on. But that there gives you the ability to change things and adjust things. But now I found out with this new display that I got, this is the daytime display, which is a little different because you see the size of that one. And we come over here to my four-wheeler that I built. This one has a nighttime display, so this works really well during the day and night. I would say during the day, if the sun's shining on it, you ain't seeing nothing. But this one here, sun shines on it, you can see it all you want. Other thing about this display, it costs a little bit more, but it has a Bluetooth, it has a built-in amplifier. You can hook speakers up to it, you can run your music through it. It has an FM radio, it has an antenna on there already built in. It has a bunch of details that the other one don't. On the front, I've got it in this pocket here. I've got a USB, so if I want to plug in a hard drive with a bunch of music, I can MP3 my music through this thing. And then have little speakers on the side. So I'm planning on getting little 2-inch speakers, marine 2-inch speakers on each side. So that way I got some speakers to run. The reason why I did that, again, I did this as a charger, so when my phone's hanging on the up here or wherever I have my phone, I can have it hooked up to the system and I can adjust it on the fly and see how fast I'm going with RPM or what kilowatts I'm running, and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is what it is so far. It's coming along. Oh yeah, by the way, since last time y'all seen it, I've put some of these things on, padding on here. I gotta make the paper, so what I do is I do a piece of paper, a couple pieces of paper, tape them together, cut out the edges, tape it all together, and then pull the piece of paper off, make sure I write up on this side, down on the other side, take it over and stencil it on, and do that with each one. I still got 4 more to do, but I did that with these back ones here, and this stuff sticks really well, believe it or not. I mean, I clean the surface with alcohol before I do it, you know, but yeah, it sticks really well. So these are done here, the fronts are done, the sides are done. I just got these 2 sides here I got to do here, and the 2 sides here. I chopped this bucket here. This was the back bucket. I chopped it down lower, that way it still has its seal for the seat, but I still can also store stuff into it there as a dry box, but it also gives me the ability to have a box there instead of deleting it altogether. This is your inlet for your breathing for your thing. It's closed off, along with the front one on the front hatch. It's closed off also, so no water can get in. The exhaust is deleted, it's closed off also, so no water can get inside. Yeah, so far, in order to get this thing where I can take it out and run it and test it, I got to get these 2 done, those 2 done, and then I've got to go and purchase this week sometime. I've got to go purchase an inline filter, so I can have an inline cleaning filter that's see-through that I can clean daily basis. So if any sand, dirt, or anything comes in this way from the jet drive to cool my motor, I can catch all the sand and dirt and particles inside an external half-inch inline filter on it that I can clean out and put back on and stuff. And then I'm right behind that is going to be a T. That T is going to go over to this front hose, and this front hose on the right side down here. So this front hose where that T is going to be coming off, and the reason why I'm doing this is so as the water comes in, I know the water is cooling this motor, and I know for a fact the water is cooling this motor. And the reason why I'll know is because it will be going through this side and through the motor, and on the way before the motor, after the filter, before the motor, I'm going to tee off, like I said, come to this goes through the side to here, and it spits out. So it's going to be spitting water out of this jet right here as I'm driving. So I can look down to my right side as I'm driving. If this thing's spitting water while I'm driving, my motor's being cooled. If it's not spitting water, I need to figure out why it's not spitting water. Maybe it's clogged up or something, but I got to figure that out. That's why I did it that way. I'm hooking up a T to that. So I can't really test it on the water until I get these few items here done, because they're not even connected, because that's 1/2 inch to these fittings they gave me, and the fittings are 3/8 or something like that, or 1/4 inch. But once I get that fixed, the next step after that is to finish painting this here, sand this back down, tape everything off, give me a clear coat on that, put me some new seat covers on, paint this rear, whatever front, I do the 2 front yellows. I think I'm just gonna go back yellow and yellow, and then do this, clean this up, go back yellow with this. Black seat, black front cushion. So it'll be black seat and black cushion, and yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty nice and awesome. But going into this here, so the reason why this isn't hooked up, this is your throttle. So there's a thing called whiskey throttle, and boy, whiskey throttle can be dangerous in a lot of situations. So I'm taking this throttle off and hooking up a thumb throttle. So I